What is going on, y'all? Travis here, back with another episode of Criminal Minds, Season 2, Episode 12. Let's get into it, shall we? Season 2's lit. Lit.
Nothing's happening.
Watch!
Oh, what?
So sorry, Emily.
What was that?
I was merely demonstrating a physics law. I didn't mean to.
Oh, show me.
All right. Turn around, please.
Turn around. Yeah, he's not gonna show you how it's done.
Magician doesn't reveal his secrets.
I thought you said it was physics.
It will not do you any good to argue with him.
All right. Turn back and observe.
No fun patrol.
Physics magic.
Yes, sir.
Reed, we talked about this.
Just got caught
sorry,
by
sir.
the no fun patrol.
Really starting to get some distance on those.
Was that a smile?
He does have a sense of humor.
Wow.
Sometimes.
Hey, where's Morgan?
Chicago. He goes there every year for his mother's birthday.
That's cute.
You sure she's got enough butter?
Being
You know, if
followed?
Sarah doesn't put it on the list, she doesn't need it.
Looking good. Step off, Rodney. Does he get in the car? I'll get with you a little later, huh?
No, you
In
won't.
your dream.
Better step off before I make you wish you never walked up on me. You a badass now, Mr. FBI? I don't need a gun to take you out. That's a dangerous thing for you to count on, my friend. Des, I'll get at you a little later, huh?
What the hell?
Bitch.
Bitch.
You all right? Come on, I'm taking you home.
That's the man, James. Way to run around. You bite on the inside ride every damn time. Bring it in, boys. All right, go.
Pushed off on that last catch.
I blew you away.
I could cover your ass all day long.
Come on.
Hey, knock it off. It's enough. You did push off, James, on your second cut with your inside hand.
Damn right.
It's not the push off that beat you, though. That's happening off the line.
What's up, Derek?
What's up, youngster? I see you still shaking and baking.
Hey, Damon, this is Derek Morgan, FBI Derek Morgan.
Just Derek, brother. Get over there. Take him with you. Get over there.
Hey, get the hell out of here. You want to mess with somebody? Get out of here.
What the fuck?
Happy birthday, birthday. Go ahead, mama.
Did you make this yourself? Sir.
They wouldn't let me help, so I don't know how good it's gonna taste.
Oh, no. Remember that Christmas fiasco of 1994?
Let it go.
No.
Mama, you see how they treat your baby boy?
You got the baby part right at
Okay,
least.
you know what?
Careful, there's fire. They're cute.
There it is. Just like the others.
What the fuck?
Stan.
I'm gonna lock that son of a bitch up.
Call the powers that be. This is Big Stan.
The hell with that.
What is it?
It's a remote starter. You hit that button right there, and it starts your car from inside the house.
Why would I do that?
So it's nice and warm when you get in it. No more cold cars in the winter.
She's
Mom.
I would
cute.
like one for Christmas.
Get out of here.
We miss you around here, baby.
I know.
Your sisters wish you were around.
You know the unit I work for is only out of Virginia.
Well, you're careful, right?
It's
I
not that
lost your
far
dad.
from Chicago.
I can't lose
Why don't you
you.
visit more, bro?
You won't.
Good, because you owe me some grandbabies.
Oh, look at that. Saved by the bell.
A bunch of them.
Oh, come on, Mom. Stop. Gordinsky, you armed? Excuse me?
Are you wearing a gun?
No.
Then turn around.
This is some kind of sick joke, right?
Don't make us get physical. It'll only make it worse for your family. You're under arrest, Derek.
For what? They think he killed that kid? Girl, bye. Get the fuck out of here. He ain't killed shit. Get the fuck out of here.
All secrets are deep. All secrets become dark. That's in the nature of secrets. Writer, Cory Doctorow. You better have a real good reason for doing that in front of my family. You gonna tell me the charges now?
Oh, I bet if you think real hard, you'll be able to figure it out, Derek. Uncuff him.
Agent Morgan.
You'll always just be Derek to me.
And you'll always be a racist son of a bitch to me.
Ah!
That's all it is.
Then what, man?
Man, I should have done this a long time ago.
What the hell are you talking about? Sit down. There isn't gonna be a hole deep enough to bury your career. And you know I'm an FBI agent.
Well, then you should be fairly aware of your rights. You want a lawyer?
I'm not some punk kid you can scare anymore, Gordinsky.
You want a lawyer, yes or no?
Do you want
I'm on
to
a
shut
phone
the
call.
fuck up? Yes
Local?
or no?
I need to call my supervisor at FBI headquarters in Quantico.
Agent Hotchner? He's already getting a call.
Agent Hotchner!
There has to be a mistake.
Agent Hotchner! Shut up, bro.
Of course. We're on our way.
I don't fucking like it.
This is SSA Hotchner. I need an emergency recall of agents Reed, Prentice, Giroux, and Penelope Garcia as well. Yes, I'll call in myself. Thank you. Jason, it's Hotch. We've got to go to Chicago. Morgan's been arrested. Homicide.
I can wait as long as you guys can.
Get some sleep.
You know I didn't.
Slept like a baby myself. Didn't even want to get out of bed.
So that wasn't your donut-eating ass on the other side of that glass all night then, huh?
Here you go. You
You want the other ones?
No, just this one right now.
Come on, man. You gotta be kidding me, right? Pretend you went home and slept, put an empty box with my name on it on a table right in front of me. The FBI invented this stuff, you simple bastard. We teach it.
I don't understand why this is happening.
What's this?
Because he was the last one seen with that kid or
Yesterday.
something?
You following me?
Whose grave is that?
His
Whose
dad's?
grave?
You know I don't know his name.
Paid to bury him, didn't you?
The neighborhood did. So?
And you visit him a lot.
Every time I come home, is there something wrong with that? What, you got a crush on me all of a sudden, Gordinsky? That's me at the youth center tossing the ball around with a couple of kids.
You did a little more than that. This is about you giving one of them a ride home. One of the boys.
Yeah, I did. This kid named Damien. This place was on the way to my mother. So what, man?
Damien Walters. DOA.
Oh, no. Somebody killed him?
Not somebody.
I mean, that does look bad.
You think I did this?
That does look
Special Agent Hotchner,
really
FBI,
bad.
looking for Detective Gordinsky.
How you guys doing?
Where's Agent Morgan?
Detective Gordinsky's in with the suspect now.
I need to see him.
When my partner's finished talking to him.
I have your superintendent's personal cell number. And in the interest of not running roughshod over another police agency, I've resisted calling him. I need to see Agent Morgan now.
Okay, Gordinsky, he's the primary.
I don't like them calling him a suspect.
Me neither.
Me
You're
neither.
the last person anyone saw with my victim. You recognize him? Found in an alley 4 years ago. Still unidentified, John Doe. Just like that kid whose grave you visit every time you come to Chicago.
Another boy.
Just after you left the city.
This is crazy.
No kidding.
Rodney Harris. He's been following me around ever since I got back to town.
The gangbanger?
Did that drive-by yesterday.
So you think this looks like something a gangbanger did, Mr. FBI?
Stan.
You're gonna have to come up with something better than a gangbanger, Derek. Dr. Gordinsky, CPD.
You think an FBI agent, a BAU profiler, committed a homicide?
Actually, 3 homicides over 15 years.
You think he's a serial killer?
This is ridiculous.
Has he been charged with anything?
I got 72 hours for that.
I'd like to
Does
see him.
look
Be my guest.
This way.
Agent Gideon, right?
does look a little sus.
I owe you a big thank you. I had no suspects at all until you looked over my case for me and sent me this profile. Everything in it points to that son of a bitch, Derek Morgan.
What?
I profiled him?
It's all right there.
A profile's just a guide.
They're really more useful in the elimination of suspects
What is
rather
his
than the
fucking
inclusion.
deal?
If I confused you, I'm sorry.
I'm not confused at all.
Whatever it is in here that made you consider Agent Morgan a suspect has to be coincidence. You can't rely solely on this.
You're right, I'm not.
You okay?
This kid, I was with him yesterday.
So?
So he's dead. I drove him home, Hodge. Gordinsky saying I was the last person seen with him.
15 years ago, I was a new detective. One of my first cases was a black kid, 12 or 13 years old, found strangled in a vacant lot.
What was it, John Doe, right?
Still unidentified to this day.
Wait, a 12-year-old kid that no one reported missing?
Ever. 4 years ago, another body turns up, same
The
MO.
parent-
Worked
no
that case just
parents
as
or
hard,
anything for-
Came up with just as much nothing.
No one's looking for these kids?
Right.
Then a few months back, I attended a seminar that you taught at CPD headquarters. I told you about my case. You said to send you the files so you'd look them over. This is the profile you worked up. There are about 3 million people in Chicago. Your profile said I was looking for a black male, 25 to 35, with a knowledge of the area. Non-threatening to children. He either knows them or is normal enough that he doesn't scare them.
pretty
Probable
cool,
criminal
actually.
record. The way the body was placed gently on a mattress indicated someone who was probably consumed with guilt, especially for the first victim. Your exact words are, with a guilt-ridden offender, the BAU postulates the first victim is the most important, and the unsub may still visit the place of the crime. Care to guess who visits my first victim every time he's in town?
There has to be more than that.
You said the unsub might try to inject himself into the investigation. Morgan has called our headquarters many times since he joined the Bureau. Always about this case.
He talked to you about it?
Headquarters. He'd never call me. After I got your profile, I checked airline records. Turns out Derek had just left Chicago when the other body turned up.
Tell me the story from the beginning.
I guess it starts when I was 15. I was coming home from football practice one day. Me and my boy, we were goofing off. We were throwing a football around. The only person I'd ever seen dead before that was my father. When I was 10. I mean, there I was looking at this kid, and he was my own age, in this vacant lot. And he was never identified. Nobody knew who he was. Nobody ever even reported him missing. And that just didn't sit right with me. So I felt responsible for him. I mean, I was the one that found him, right? I went around the neighborhood door to door trying to start a collection. And eventually I got enough so I could bury him, and I gave him a little headstone.
What'd you put on the headstone if he wasn't identified?
Just the date. I left room for a name if he was ever identified.
And you still visit him?
Hutch, I go see this kid every time I'm home. I just feel like he deserves to have somebody look in on him.
Gordinsky must read that as a guilty conscience. The killer revisiting his victim. That can't be the only reason he suspects you.
That guy's had it in for me my entire life.
He's supremely confident that you're his killer.
Then yesterday, another kid ends up dead, and the last person he was with was Derek Morgan. In the boy's pocket, we found one of his FBI business cards.
This is like
Cell
no
number
proof.
written on the
This is
back
all
of it.
like
In
circumstantial.
fact, every time
very
Morgan's in town, he hangs
circumstantial.
out with kids.
Purely circumstantial.
Football.
So's a
Youth center
fingerprint.
thing.
Did I mention that Morgan found the body in 1991? Now, don't you teach that when a body is hard to find, the person finding it is always a suspect?
There are key pieces of the profile that don't fit, Detective. The age. Morgan was 15 or so at the time.
Also says that age is the hardest to predict, and I should never exclude someone simply because of a discrepancy with the age.
Since he didn't manage to leave any evidence at the scene of the crime, then he most likely has a criminal record or previous law enforcement knowledge.
He may not have had a knowledge of law enforcement, but Derek Morgan definitely had a criminal record.
Don't they look into this stuff before you work for the FBI? Don't they do all these background checks and shit? So if all this stuff...
A desperate detective here. 3 dead boys, no evidence. So he applies the profile directly to someone he already suspected.
One begins to twist facts to suit theories instead of theories to suit facts.
We need to figure out who really killed these boys before they decide to charge Morgan. Last victim was someone Morgan was seen. Conveniently, Morgan was already a suspect in the other 2.
Someone set him up?
We should consider Morgan a victim. Prentice, you and Reed talk to his family.
Do we have the address?
I can take you.
Okie doke. Lead the way, Detective.
According to Morgan, he's got a bad history with Gordinsky.
He's got a bad history generally.
Resisting arrest, aggravated battery. This is Morgan.
As a juvenile,
This isn't in his personnel file. He said he told me everything relevant.
he doesn't consider this relevant.
Since when is the criminal history of a suspect not relevant?
You just called him a suspect. Get Garcia into Morgan's life.
Yes, sir.
Hey, Hutch. There's a local banger out here. His name is Rodney Harris. He's been running these streets for a while now.
You have a criminal record.
What? Where did you get this? This was supposed to be expunged. My record's clean.
I asked you if there was anything you hadn't told me.
The judge expunged this. It doesn't exist anymore. I was a kid. It's nothing.
Aggravated battery?
I was with some guys. We got in a fight with some other guys. Rodney, this cat I'm trying to tell you about, it was him. We knocked each other around. He got a couple stitches in his head, so they made it aggravated. That's it.
You're saying this Rodney committed 3 murders because you beat him up?
I'm saying he's been following me around since I got here, so go talk to him and you might get something.
You know how important accurate information is to victimology.
Whoa! Whoa! Victimology?
It's very likely the latest victim was an attempt to set you up. Morgan, we need to look
No,
at
we don't need to do anything.
I hate
You're in
this.
trouble here.
I didn't do this.
You still have 3 dead children.
Okay, so you profile them. That's the case.
Is there something else you don't want us to find out about?
What the fuck?
I don't need the people I work with going into my entire world.
Derek, all right?
He wouldn't let us go down there. He's fine. Our boss is with him.
What are you even doing in my mother's house?
They asked me. Not really.
I don't understand how they could think he did this.
Someone may be trying to make it look like he hurt those kids.
He's an
Shut
FBI
up.
agent.
Law enforcement officials are just as probable statistically to commit a crime as anyone else.
He's not actually saying we believe Derek is involved in that.
Not at all. I'm merely speaking theoretically.
You're Dr. Reed, right?
Derek talks about you.
Someone may be trying to make it look like this was Derek.
But Derek loves kids.
So silly.
Every time he's here, he goes to the youth center.
Does that have some sort of significance for him?
What are you saying? There's something in it for him other than giving back to the poor kids of your neighborhood?
Sarah.
We're friends of your brother's. When we ask a question, it isn't to denigrate or demean anything he's done. We just have to know everything so we can figure out where to look next. Is there some special significance to the youth center?
The youth center saved his life.
Does this make any sense to you?
No.
He's clearly hiding something else.
Well, we know he isn't involved in any murders.
There are larger implications. We can't have people on this team who have secrets.
We all have secrets. Would you want us profiling you?
Bury that.
Remember, we're trying to help him.
Graduated with honors from Northwestern Law. Did you know he was a star football player? Quarterback, that's the guy who throws the ball, right?
Yes.
Full ride athletic scholarship. Sophomore year, he severely injured his left knee and he never played again.
Look further back, okay? Before college.
He was mentioned in the Chicago Register as... We found the body of a child in a vacant lot in 1991.
It's our first victim.
He never told me about this.
He never told any of us.
My husband was killed when he tried to stop a robbery. Derek was with him. He was 10. He started getting into trouble. He started running around with older kids. They would give him money to run errands for him. Derek would never
This
disgrace
fucking
his
guy
father's
is
name.
pissing me off.
gangbangers.
One night, he and a friend were attacked by some boys from another gang. One of the other boys' head split open.
And that was the first time Gordinsky arrested him. From that night on, no matter what happened in the neighborhood, he'd pick Derek up for us.
Dan's never arrested anyone who didn't need arresting.
He did.
Until Carl Buford stepped in.
He runs a youth center.
He took Derek under his wing, mentored him, became like a surrogate father, taught taught him football, and that changed Derek's life.
Where is Carl Buford now?
He still runs the youth center.
I'd like to talk to him. Do you think you could take me over there?
He acted like the same guy with the baseball
I thought
bat
maybe you
that
could stay here and keep going through this stuff.
didn't even
Good
say
idea.
shit to Morgan.
Is there a criminal history?
Garcia, is there a criminal history?
There's not going to be a There's a sealed file.
Helping him.
Right! Helping him. It's a juvenile criminal record. It was expunged and sealed by Judge Esposito for presentation of a letter and testimonial from a local youth center director. Staked my personal and professional reputation. He was definitely a fan of our boy.
Do you have a name?
I'm Carl Buford. I brought Damian Walter's mother to see Detective Gordinsky.
Buford.
Did you just say Buford?
Will you just get me the hell out of here?
That wouldn't be a good idea, would it?
Says who?
Apparently, I provided the profile that led them to arrest you.
You what?
He sent the case to me a few months ago. I did a routine consult, but he was looking for it to lead to you.
Preconception and guilt.
We just can't force him to let you go. That's not going to look too good with the local press. What?
Oh, like I give a damn about the press.
We cannot appear to be covering something up.
You trying to say something to me right now?
Only if you're hiding something, you need to trust us. Trust us enough to tell us about it.
Gideon, it's not about trust. It's about having a little privacy. I got the right to keep something to myself. We practically live together already.
What, though?
Then the best way to clear you is find the real unsub.
Why do they think he's hiding? What? Like what? They think he killed the kid?
Find anything on
I don't
Morgan?
understand.
The record wasn't picked up in his background check because everything in it was expunged based on the recommendation of an upstanding member of the community who took personal responsibility for Morgan. He's right over there.
Got a weird vibe.
Hello, Mr. Buford. Wow, this guy's been honored by everybody but the Nobel Society.
That's Carl Buford. Who are you?
I'm with the FBI.
Do you know Derek Morgan?
Yeah, he's a friend of mine.
I've been trying to call him.
He's a little busy right now. Is there something I can do to help you?
A friend of mine. Someone killed him yesterday.
Do you know something about who might have done it?
Derek's always telling me if I need somebody to talk to about anything, I can call him. Guess I just wanted to, I don't know.
Why don't you give me your name, and I'll let him know that you've been trying to reach him.
James Barfield.
Does he know where to find you?
He can find me here.
Anytime?
All the time.
You folks work with Derek Morgan?
You knew him well as a teenager.
One of the finest boys I ever coached. I run a youth center.
You were instrumental in helping to get his criminal records expunged.
I feel terrible about that now. Well, in view of what's happened,
What's happened? It's a mistake.
I thought Stan said there was all kinds of evidence.
There is.
There is.
Thanks, Carl. You can take Miss Walters home now. Appreciate you bringing her in.
It's still hard for me to believe.
For them, too.
I can understand that. Derek had a way of charming people into looking past his deficiency.
Derek was at the youth center yesterday, wasn't he? Did you talk to him?
I was working inside. By the time I was done, they were leaving.
Was he
When
not
was
the
the last
guy
time you did
then
talk
that
to
I
him?
thought with the
I don't
bat?
know. Years. If you need anything else, Stan.
Thanks, Carl. Appreciate it.
You seem friendly with Mr. Buford.
I can't tell you how many times that guy's come through for me. Carl Buford knows the kids in this neighborhood better than almost anybody.
Has he kept up with the investigation? Over the years, does he ask how it's going?
Yeah, he's second. You're not going to try to turn this off on him to save your guy, are you? Carl Buford is a local hero.
I'm sure he is.
Carl Buford. Carl Buford, he runs the youth center.
What's that got to do with anything?
He's responsible for getting your records expunged.
I told you to stay the hell out of my business.
You said you visit the youth center every time you come here. Why don't you visit the man who made your career possible?
It is none of your damn business.
Buford's the one who told detectives you were with Damien.
I am warning you, Hodge. Back off.
I have chill. Like, I don't understand what the fuck's happening. Why this
I'm
is
not saying
happening
it's
to
Mr.
him.
Buford. There's a huge amount of investigation left to be done.
Morgan won't even talk about Buford.
Buford should be that kid's hero.
Something happened.
Are you talking about Carl Buford? We just left his office.
Hey! What, do we turn him loose?
You let him escape?
Oh, shit.
You're standing out there trying to convince me that a local hero is my killer while you're letting my suspect dance out the back door? I'm gonna charge all of your asses.
Shut the fuck up.
Yeah, as soon as possible.
You have to tell your officers that Morgan is not a threat.
This lady, as far as I'm concerned, he is a threat, okay?
They're beyond reason.
Any ideas?
His mother said that Buford practically raised him after his father died, spent all of his time with him, basically became a surrogate father.
Jason, I think I know what he was afraid we'd find. Detective, we may know where he's heading.
Looking good there, kid.
Just trying to call you.
I'm here now.
Someone killed Damien.
I know. James, we need to talk about Carl Buford.
What about him?
You're a star player, right? Center of attention?
Yeah, I guess.
You know, I used to be that guy.
Yeah, I know.
I think I know
It's a lot
what's
of pressure,
happening
isn't it?
here.
Always want to make him happy, impress him.
I can handle it.
Oh, I'm sure you can, kid. Does he ever take you to his cabin?
What?
Fishing in Wisconsin? Camping? Do things you wish you had a real father for?
Sometimes.
Yeah, he's good like that.
You know about the cabin?
James, I told you I used to be you.
What do you mean?
The first time you weren't even sure what was going on. He brushed up against you. You thought it might have just been an accident. But then at the cabin, he let you sit and drink with him. You thought it was kind of cool. Made you feel grown. Gave you a glass of wine. Maybe a little shot of something harder. And then he took you swimming. Only he told you to jump in without your swimsuit on.
Fuck!
He did things to you, James, didn't he? He did them to me, too. You do whatever you think you gotta do to keep him happy, the closest thing to a father you got. But what he's doing to you is wrong, and you don't have to let it continue.
Yeah, I
No,
do.
no, you don't.
My oldest brother's in jail. My sister was paralyzed in a drive-by. She's 8 years old. I'm all my mom's got left. I gotta get us out of here. Carl's gonna make sure I get into college. Now I can make something of myself.
You're something right here, right now, without Carl Buford. Where's Carl right now, huh? Look at you, man. You're out here in the dark running pass routes. That ain't got nothing to do with Carl.
That's so fucking...
What you got inside of here, that's what's gonna get you off these streets.
You never told?
Not until right now.
Damien always said I should call you.
What? Damien knew?
I didn't think you believed me.
Look, James, I got your back. Forever.
This disgusting
Carl.
motherfucker.
You've been let go?
Looks that way.
I told him it was crazy.
Fucking
Thinking
liar.
you were involved in any killing.
Gordinsky said you're the one who told him I drove Damien home.
Was that supposed to be a secret?
No, that wasn't.
I don't follow.
All these years, I kept my mouth shut. I let you go on being a hero. Carl Buford, my mentor.
What are you talking about?
God, I was so afraid of you. I was afraid of the police. Afraid of losing everything I was gaining. But that's how you work, isn't it? You make sure there's a hell of a lot to lose, don't you?
I don't know what you think you remember.
No. It's not what I remember that's gonna hurt you, Carl. Our business was over way too long ago to matter. You're protected by a statute of limitations, and that's my fault.
That's fucked up.
Then good night.
You set me up. You knew Damian Walters wanted James to call me about you. You killed him because you knew I'd come after you.
Now you just talking crazy.
God, I should have told somebody about you when I was a kid, when you were helping me. Well, you know what happens in cases like this? Once that dam breaks, the flood comes. One kid steps up, just one, and then another one, because they're not scared of you anymore. James Barfield is your dam.
Whatever lies told
They're
you...
not lies! You did the same thing to me!
I did nothing to you.
One by one, until there's so many accusations, you can't say that they're all
Do
lies.
you have any idea how many kids I've helped get out of this neighborhood?
Fuck you.
Look at you.
Yeah, well, it wasn't for free, was it?
I pulled you out of the gutter.
I pulled myself out of the gutter. I did that!
You saying I had nothing to do with making you who you are?
No, Carl.
This is fucking tough, man.
Actually, I'm saying you have everything to do with making me who I am. I'm somebody who gets to spend the rest of his life making sure guys like you go down.
Eric, I never hurt you. You could have said no. You're under arrest, Carl. I've helped a lot of kids.
You could have said
The
no.
neighborhood won't be the same without me.
Somebody will keep this center running. The neighborhood will. I will.
Wait! Derek, isn't there something you can do for me?
You go to hell.
Oh, this motherfucker's just gonna nod? You're just gonna fucking nod? You're not gonna say I'm fucking sorry? You motherfucker. I just wanna hug him.
We need to carry on wrong. Times like these, we need to fight to make a better day. Keep our feet on the ground.
That episode was incredible, but one that I will never watch again. That's one of those episodes. Like, that is, I don't think I could sit through that again. Knowing what happens at the end there, I don't think I could. Knowing what happened, I don't think I could watch that. It makes me sick. I hope that guy fucking rots in hell. I hope he gets what he deserves in prison. It makes me like physically in my stomach feel ill that people do that kind of stuff. But good for Morgan to like pull himself out of it and make something out of himself, because that was him. That was his amazing family that he clearly has. Fuck. Let me know what y'all thought about it. I'll see you on the next one. Bye.